I'm Cinsy, welcome to my YouTube channel. Where today I'm going to be redoing this terrarium, which actually is not mine. It's my boyfriend's that he was really keen on doing for a while, and then he put a couple of Asparagus Ferns in here, and some have kind of died back, but the others have somehow survived, and it's literally stuck in a corner, so I've not touched it for a really long time. And I thought, actually, I have a few wet sticks and just small divisions that I thought would be really cute in here, and we'll make it like a cute little tropical terrarium. So yeah, I've not made a terrarium before. I've done a tiny bit of research, but I thought, well, it can't be that hard. I'll wing it. So what I'm going to put in here is I've got a baby pink princess, the Begonia wet sticks from my previous video on how resilient plants are, the 2 wet sticks that are still alive, and I have a really tiny baby pink dragon, Alocasia pink dragon corm, so I think I might put her in there as well. Over here I have 2 Syngonium Pink Spot wet sticks that I have, so I thought they'll be cute to thrive in this terrarium. Again, I've got another, this is also a pink dragon corm that has grown quite nicely, and it's quite small, so I thought it would be very cute to put in this terrarium. And then lastly, I have a tiny division of my Calathea Rufibarba, so I thought it would be quite cute to make like a jungle vibe in here. Yeah, so I'm excited. Let's get going. Oh, and before we start, I just want to show you my handmade gardener's belt, Hello Kitty and pink of course, by, can you see? Handmade by Leona, who is my boyfriend's mum. She's so talented. How amazing is this? And we've even got cute little tools to go with it that I will actually be using today, because I don't have mini tools, so this is perfect. But honestly, how adorable is this? I would honestly wear this out. But yes, let's get started. Okay, I'm just going to move all my baby plants aside, just because I have to empty this first. Okay, so the tools that I will be using today, and hopefully that will be all the tools. We'll see. We'll see if I need to get up again. My gardening gloves, gardening tools, which hopefully this will be enough. And then I have a spray bottle for the end, just to like spray everything down and kind of make sure that there's enough water, but actually I think I might do a full watering, we'll see. And then I've got my pre-made mix here. I've just added some extra charcoal in the end, just because I'm hoping that it will help avoid root rot and just cleanse the soil a little more. But in this mix I have peat-free compost, orchid bark, and I basically, I have rabbits, so I've collected their poop, mashed it up, and I've also mixed it into my soil too, because rabbit poop is the best natural animal fertilizer that won't damage the roots, and it's not too acidic for the roots too. So yeah, I've just mashed it up so it breaks down, and mixed some of it into my soil already, so I won't need to add any more fertilizer for this terrarium. Okay, and I've also got another tub too, just to empty out the soil that's already in here, because I think it is just straight soil, and that's not the kind of substrate that I want for the aeroids that I'm putting in here. And I do have some pebbles in here. Oh, can you see? So I've got some pebbles here too, but I will be leaving that in there, just so that there is a surface level for any of the excess water. Okay, let's clear this first. I'm really hoping this is going to be like kind of easy. I didn't really mentally prep, I just thought, yeah, I'll be fine, I'll just do it. So let's see. Actually, I know for a fact that it was mouldy in here for a bit. So I'm just going to try and get the asparagus fern out. I think I might actually leave the asparagus fern inside. Let's see. Gosh, the soil is rock solid. It's like clay almost. I might actually see how easy it is to pull these out. Keep this in the corner, and then I'm just going to dig everything else out. This substrate is literally like clay, which is definitely not what I want. I thought it would be nice just to create a terrarium for my baby plants, just because I want them to be able to thrive. Right now, a lot of my cuttings are in sphagnum moss and some perlite, so I thought actually it would be nice to have them actually planted in rather than in like a temporary space. So I just thought actually a terrarium would be nice because it will be in an environment that will be controlled, that will be warm and humid, which will be perfect in a terrarium because they're so small, and I can watch them thrive properly rather than just have them just in somewhere temporarily, especially now I've moved my rehab boxes because it is springtime. So they're actually, if I move them here, it will actually be presented in a much nicer environment. Doing the whole terrarium thing actually was never in my interest. It was always my boyfriend's interest. But because I have this here, I just kind of thought, why not? I must say, I don't like working in a small space like this though. It's quite annoying. Okay, so there's a plastic layer, I don't know if you can see. There is a plastic layer here, just kind of, which was dividing the soil and the stones. And I will, actually, I think I will reuse this. It does have holes. I'll just mix this. That's going to have to do. I won't be able to get all the soil out. Okay. So I'm going to use this plastic again. Okay, so I'm going to put the soil in, hopefully without so much hay. I think I want to fill this up about an inch high, just so that there is enough space for the roots to really grow. But all of my plants at the moment, the ones that I'm putting in here, they all don't have that long of a root, so I'm not too worried. Start putting plants in. Actually, this is a lot easier than I expected. I really thought that I'd be filming for quite a while in like just going up and down, struggling and like whatnot, but it's not too bad. I just really hope my plants don't die in this, because that would really suck. I think I'm going to go a little bit higher, just because I know that they are quite small, so I've got the space. But obviously I don't want to go too high, because then there won't be enough room for growth. into this right now. It's a very airy mix, which is always my kind of favourite mix. Right, let's see how I want to do this. Okay, so I've got my Calathea, I think it's the Calathea and the Asparagus Fern. That will be my biggest part of it. It will be the high points of the terrarium, so I'll put that at the back. I'm going to put the Asparagus Ferns back in first, just because they are going to be the taller parts of the terrarium. Then I'm going to cut off just all the dead bits. There are new growth coming in. There's new growth coming in anyway, so I'm not worried at all. Okay, so what I'm going to do is literally just place the divisions on top. Because the roots are quite big, I can't really push them far down, and I want enough space for them to grow and kind of find their setting and like sit well in the terrarium. So instead I'm just going to place it on top, and then I'll just kind of like topsoil it and add some more soil on top to create some different height inside the terrarium, enough for the divisions to survive inside. Cover around it with a bit more soil. Okay. We'll let that settle. Hopefully it won't be too bad. So I have my Calathea Rufibarba. It's not growing too big at the moment, and because it's so small, I think it just looks kind of silly in such a small pot, so I thought actually it would be quite cute to put in the terrarium. Just got mud everywhere. Story of my life. Okay. Let's see if we can plant them all in one. I realise now how much easier it would have been if I just used like a stick or something to just prod around in. I think my hands were just too big for such a tiny space, so yeah, I definitely recommend using a stick. Straight though, that is the one thing. I don't really want them to go so bendy. And then I think let's do my pink dragon. So I've just had this rooting in perlite for a long time, and I just thought actually I've been waiting to find the perfect thing to place her in, and actually I think she'll fit perfectly in the terrarium because she is such a good size for it. So yes, she can finally come out of the perlite and actually be potted up properly. Really is like a one-hand job. Oh, I've got my pink splash. So I'm going to use my Pink Princess first. I want her in the middle. She's quite round and like quite spread like a ball situation, kind of. So I thought actually she'll be the centerpiece. Okay, I'll show you her. So this cutting, I actually didn't know if it would survive or not because I cut it so close off the stem as a 2-leaf cutting that I didn't know if it would survive. And here we are with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, almost, well, 7 leaves. So she's definitely doing well. She's not exactly throwing me any pink yet though, so that's why I've kind of ignored her and just left her in my mini terrarium Ferrero Rocher box. But she can go in here and we'll see how well she does. Use her as my centerpiece. Actually, I'm going to put her at the front a bit more. I think I say this every time my pink princess unfurls on this little one because I really am waiting for some kind of pink to show, but I really feel like there might be a pink leaf coming unfurling on this. It looks pink this time, but I say that every time, so I'll put my little begonias in there. Actually, I'm just going to use my hands because I feel like it's easier, have more control. Let's put my begonias in this corner here. Just going to wiggle them in. Like so. They grow quite fast, so I don't know how long I will actually keep them in there. Actually, I'll just keep the one. So this is my baby Alocasia pink dragon corn. It is tiny. So we'll see how that goes. I think I'm going to put this one in last actually, just because it is so small. And then I have 2 Syngonium Pink Splashes, but I'm not sure whether to put both in or just the one. I think I'll put the one in, I think. With one long ass root. I'll put the one in for now, kind of just see how it goes, I think. Because I don't really want to lose the 2 should anything happen, which I don't think it will, but just in case. That's cute. Oh, of course, I almost forgot. I actually have this Fittonia that I wanted to put in here. I can't believe I almost forgot. Let's see where I can put them. Let's move this Begonia and have her near the front. Let's just place you there. I don't want to put too much in because I just feel like it's a lot of foliage, but I will put in, let's just take this out of the soil. Okay, clearly I was concentrating way too hard and I just can't multitask when potting up my plants. But yeah, I'm just putting in my tiny pink Fittonias that I've got at the back. Okay, these Fittonias are quite big, so I think I might just put one in. Or maybe not at all. Maybe I shouldn't at all. What are we saying? Tell you what, let's put the pink Fittonias in the middle. Just plug them in there. I think we are actually done. Okay, God, this is a mess. Let's just try and clear a bit of this up. Okay, so it looks a little bit empty at the moment, but actually you'll find that the plants are not going to stay looking like this. They're going to want to, some of them might suffer a little bit because, you know, it's just gone through a bit of stress from being poked and prodded around and stuck in here. It needs to get used to the environment. So it's good because it's got enough space and leeway to kind of die back a little bit, hopefully not too much, and regrow into its new environment. I'm thinking I might add a little bit more soil on this side, and then I think I'm just going to clean the edges around, and then I'll just show you full previews. But other than that, actually it was very simple. I'm not going to do anything else to it. I'm literally just going to let it sustain itself. Okay, so what I didn't explain earlier with the whole false bottom situation is that I create a layer of stone at the bottom where it will obviously have like the reservoir of the leftover water that I've used to water the plants, which is what I'm using to like clean the sides now. But basically the water will recycle itself inside, so the water will evaporate and then obviously drop and water itself. Pretty cool. Okay, done. Perfect. I've cleaned like just a bit of the edges so that we can see it a little bit more clearly. I'll probably touch it up in time just to make sure it's a lot cleaner, but right now just for this video I think it will do. It looks a little bit empty at the moment just because it's a little sparse, but you need to remember with terrariums is that the plants itself, they need to settle inside its new environment. It's just been poked and prodded and pushed into this new soil with like loads of fertilizer, so I don't want to stress it out anymore, and I want to give it enough space for it to like die back if it wants to, and then regrow into its new environment. So this will give it enough space for it to kind of just settle into its new environment. I'm really hoping that it's not going to die back too much, and now all I've got to do is just water it so there is a nice surface level of water, and it will just recycle itself just like my rehab box, but instead in a terrarium form. So this is my tropical terrarium. I'm excited to see it develop and see how the plants settle in, etc. I'll kind of just keep an eye on it. It is my first terrarium, so we will see how the plants are doing. But I had loads of little plants lying around, and I thought, why not try? Oh, I also have, where's my little, oh, almost forgot, my tiny baby Alocasia corm. The pink dragon, so I'm going to put this in here. I'm probably going to lose it, I won't even, it's so small. Let's just put it in this little gap here. Tiny. Okay, so I'm just going to spray it down with my spray bottle, and it will just kind of water everything softly. I'm going to make sure I use all of this water just so that it has enough water to recycle itself. Okay, I'm just going to water it all the way through, make sure it's all wet, and I can clean all the soil off the leaves too. It's such an easy way to clean the walls whilst I'm here too. Time to put the lid back on. I think I'm just going to leave it just like that, all done. And I don't need to re-water it. I shouldn't have to, at least. I'm going to keep an eye on it. Like I said, I have never made a terrarium before. This is my first time. But I think she's cute. I just hope everything survives. I'm just going to keep an eye on her, see how she is. And of course, I will update you. But yes, I hope you enjoyed watching. If you have any advice for any more terrariums, because I know there are a lot of people that make terrariums and there was a big craze for it last year. So yeah, if there's any advice, please do let me know in the comments. But other than that, I will update you as soon as anything changes in my baby terrarium, in my tropical terrarium. Hi, future me again. I just wanted to give an update and show how the terrarium's looking. It's been 3.5 weeks, and you know what? My pink princess gave me a pink leaf. I wasn't seeing things. I cut back my Fittonias slightly because the leaves were massive. The old leaves on the Rufibarba kind of died back, and my baby Alocasia pink dragon has unfurled. But all in all, everything is growing. We've got new growth and nothing has fully died. Thank you for watching this week's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram too. It is just Princess Cinsy Tam, and I will see you next week.